When I see the price for certain things go higher because you have to import and pay a tariff, I'm like, why don't we make that here? We should be doing that. And there's going to be a lot of that kind of entrepreneurial opportunity that will arise from making things.
So what happens is you bring it here, you create the jobs here, and then they avoid the tariff.
And by the way, those jobs are better paying and they're more productive than the government funded.
Howard, what do you want to do about like the narrow set of products that are more high value than the mango that maybe can't be made here, or at least can't be made here in the next 5 to 10 years? So TSMC can make chips. I think that's great. ASML, who makes the extremely complicated lithography machines, as an example, can't necessarily do that for another 5 or 6 years here. So there's these narrow cases where tariffs can exploit a market or perturb a market where there is no multi-vendor solution, right? But that's still critical. How do you think about that set of stuff?
You know, the beauty of putting Donald Trump in the White House is it's giant three-dimensional chess.
Yeah.
Okay? So we all have Stockholm Syndrome for the Internal Revenue Service. We think we like the Internal Revenue Service. And we don't say it, but when we say we're going to charge a tariff, and other countries who lean on us, who rely on us, who bleed on us, who can't live without the oxygen that is our economy. Because remember, the thing about our economy is, while we have a $29 trillion GDP, we are the consumer of 20 trillion.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is the key thing. We buy everybody's stuff. So who's more important? Let's say they have an economy that produces stuff, and we have an economy that buys stuff.
Yeah.
The customer's always right. We all know the customer's always right, because if no one buys it, they can't produce it.
Right.
So everybody needs our economy. When? Now. I mean, to the fact that China consumes less than 10 trillion and primarily tries to figure out how to sell it to itself.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't buy anybody else's stuff.
Right.
So we are the world's consumer.
Yes.
We're the world's customer.
Right.
Right? So that's point number one. So we want them to come here, and if they can't come here, what if you pay us? Okay, now let's say there was a 20% tariff, and in order to sell his goods, he knows he can raise the price 10%, but he can't really raise it 20. So he eats 10, and the price goes up 10. Let's just